Now let's look at the sheep and goats passage found in Matthew 25, verses 31 through 46. When the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then he will sit on the throne of his glory. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate them one from another, as a shepherd divides his sheep from the goats. And he will set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, you gave me drink. I was a stranger, you took me in. I was naked, you clothed me. I was sick, you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me." And in verses 37 through 39, they ask, "When did we do these things?" Reading in verse 40, we see, "And the king will answer and say to them, Assuredly I say to you, inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of these, my brethren, you did it to me." The outcome of the rest is found in verse 44. "Then he will also say to those on the left hand, Depart from me, you cursed, into the everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels." Verse 46 says, "And these will go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into eternal life." Now you might be thinking, who are the brethren Jesus was referring to? I would propose they are the resurrected and transformed believers that meet the Lord in the air on his way down to rule and reign. Those believers lived and perhaps were martyred during the difficult 3.5 years of the reign of the beast. These would be the elect mentioned in Matthew 24:31 and those mentioned in 1 Corinthians 15:52, which says, "In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet, the trumpet will sound, the dead will be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed." And 1 Thessalonians 4:17, "Then we who are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. Thus we shall always be with the Lord." I would like to point out, as I've done in other posts, the return of Christ is to occur at the Mount of Olives. See Acts chapter 1 and Zechariah 14:4. Our meeting him on his way down to earth would be a commonly understood practice of the inhabitants of a city coming out to meet an arriving dignitary.